My name is Patrick Forscher. I'm a director here in Busara, and I'm a research psychologist by training. And I'd like to tell you a little story about something that happened to me when I was getting my training in research psychology or social psychology more specifically. So it's about a paper I received in my inbox in my second year. And at the time, I was learning the ropes of social psychology. I was learning a lot about the methods used in research psychology. Um, and this paper that I received was written by someone I really respected. His name is Daryl Bem. He's very famous in social psychology, and I had even read about him in my textbooks. So this was someone I looked up to. And the paper, in many ways, was very similar to a lot of the papers I was reading at the time for my research methods courses, except for one thing. This paper claimed that people can see into the future. Let that sink in for a second. To me, this was just crazy. I mean, here's a paper that in many ways is the same as any others that I had been reading, except that it was saying something that was impossible, at least by the known laws of physics. So either was the case that everything that we know about physics was wrong, or it was the case that everything that we knew about how to do social psychology was wrong. And it was probably the second possibility rather than the first. So receiving this paper sent me down a particular path of thinking about what are the problems in the way that we do research and how can we do it better? In other words, it set me down a path of becoming engaged with what's now known as meta research or research on research or research improvement. And that's what my team focuses on in Busara. Um, my team at Busara looks at research improvement, but instead of some of the things I was interested in when I was in graduate school, which is like, how can we make sure that our research methods are not so flawed that we can say crazy things with them? Instead, we focus on some of the topic areas that are of interest in development. So these are things like, well, how can we structure partnerships across the global north and global south in such a way that they're equitable and fair? Or how can we ensure that the participants that take part in development projects or experiments are treated with dignity and respect? And how can we ensure that the results of those projects are relevant to their communities? Or how can we structure research ecosystems such that they're supportive, that they support the scholars within them, and such that the scholars can meaningfully contribute to policy in a way that everybody benefits from. This is the essence of developmental meta research, the focus of my team. And it's also the focus of an edited book that we're publishing called A Better How, which compiles 20 different essays, all focused on this broad area of developmental meta research, and all focused on the topics that I mentioned just a moment ago.